It's time for the Average Black Man Show. Got the work week done, clocking out, no rushing. About to hit the YouTube streets. Now it's time for a discussion. Only come with the real, can't be fake or frontin'. Don't run from the conversation, there ain't no ducking. Sit back, sip some wine, get into the vibe. Go hit the link and come up on the live. Jump on in the comments and let me pick your mind. Opinions flying free, let's let our thoughts collide. It's the Average Black Man Show, talking about everything you need to know. Sometimes things may get a little heated, but these conversations are needed to help the community heal and grow. Accountability, responsibility, reciprocity, respectability.
And welcome to the Average Black Man Show. This is Let's Have the Conversation. You know, we got Jonelle and Mr. Meach D, and we're gonna be talking about expectations. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves. Take yourselves off mute.
I'm Mr. Meach D.
And I'm Jonelle, as you can see below.
Yeah, such wonderful. Oh, one of y'all got something loud. I can hear an echo slightly. If you got matter of fact, if you got a tab open that has the page on there, just hit mute on it. Like if you got YouTube open on another tab, just mute it. You can let it play, just mute it. So we're gonna jump after y'all get that together. I'll play the clip. I'll play the clip so we can get cracking.
Fixing to let you know.
Y'all ready?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right.
Fascination and obsession that's in the early days of love is difficult to sustain, and that when it's gone, most relationships don't survive. The majority of relationships don't land where the people wanted them to be. Like I work from the assumption that when people get married, that they would like to have a mutually fulfilling relationship for the duration of the relationship. And most marriages either end in divorce, end in physical separation, or end in a dissatisfied union where the person says, yes, I don't particularly like this person. So that's well over 50% when you add it all up. We already did the statistics on that. And so I think, when you look at that and you go, okay, does this mean that things don't work well? I don't think so. I think there's a lot we could do to improve the situation. I just think we're looking at the wrong targets right now. Like we're just getting way too caught up in comparison. We're getting we're expecting our romantic relationships. I won't even say marriage. We're expecting our romantic relationships to fulfill needs that they weren't designed to fill. The fascination and obsession that's in the early days of love is difficult to sustain, and that when it's gone, most relationships.
All right. Go ahead. Y'all can open the floor. You got the floor. How y'all feel about it with Sam?
Well, I'm hearing a site. Okay, so I agree.
It's John. The mic on your table is picking up the speakers. So when you're not talking, just mute.
It's picking up my speakers.
Go ahead, Meech.
All right. So, I mean, I agree. I've said this time and time again where I think so many of us, we have unrealistic expectations. I actually saw a post on Instagram where it says something to the effect where this lady said that she has been married to her husband for years, and her husband is a great dude, treats her very well, takes care of her, but she doesn't love him. She said that she doesn't love him, that she never loved him, that she married him because
I lost Meech completely.
because it was safe. Can you still hear me, Tim? I can hear you, Jonelle. That it was that she married him because it was safe. And I think that's kind of like how marriages were back in the day. It wasn't about love. It wasn't about the butterflies. It wasn't about, I should say it was about love, but it wasn't about happiness. I think too many people are conflating the two together, love and happiness, when they're actually two different things. This is something that I actually just learned recently, where love isn't when someone makes you feel great. Love is really when, hey, there's our relationship has hit the fan, or something happened, you became a paraplegic or something like that. And love is you staying and, taking care of that person or doing whatever, like powering through it. Like that's love, not, oh, this person makes me feel this way, butterflies and all of that. Now, as far as the expectation things, unfortunately, so many different expectations, people are now more unhappy than they ever were because they have so many expectations that are unrealistic. And as time goes on, when you don't like the person as much as you once did, when it was all early and it was all sunshine and rainbows and the person made you feel butterflies, now all of a sudden those expectations from your partner really starts to come to the forefront. It's like, oh, now it's like you're focused on that. Well, I expect you to do this and you're not doing that. I expect you to do that and you're not doing that. So I think that a lot of relationships are ending because of, the expectations of partners. And unfortunately, until people start understanding, like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have this certain expectation, because expectation, there was a quote that I saw a long time ago. Expectations lead to a lack of appreciation. If you expect something and you don't get it, now you're upset, right? But if you didn't expect it and you don't get it, now you're nothing. You don't feel no type of way. But if you didn't expect it and you get it, now all of a sudden there's appreciation. So that's why I kind of like that quote where it says, expectations lead to a lack of appreciation.
The way I learned it was that expectations lead to disappointment. It's the same thing, but slightly different.
Mhm.
Jonelle is saying he having technical difficulties.
Yeah, now we can't hear you.
I can hear you now,
Okay.
and I couldn't hear.
We
Meech.
hear you. We
can hear you.
You know what? I still can't hear Meech.
You still can't hear Meech? Let me try something. All right, what about now? Say something, Meech.
Something.
Okay, I hear him. I got you.
All right. So go ahead. It's on you, John.
I didn't hear a word he said. That's what I'm telling you.
You're gonna have to catch the recording, man. You got to catch the recording version.
You gotta have to rewind.
Because I straight freestyle that shit. I don't even remember what I said.
I heard something.
Yeah, basically, you were just saying that expectations they lead to what you say. You didn't say. I learned it as disappointment. You said learn to.
Expectations lead to a lack of appreciation.
Right.
Yeah, I remember you said that last week, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, it leads to a lack of appreciation because, and what I was saying was, when you have an expectation of something and it doesn't happen, Now you're disappointed. You know, you may even feel some type of way. You may be upset. But if you didn't have that expectation and it don't happen, no harm, no foul. But if you didn't have that expectation and then that person does that for you, now all of a sudden it creates a more positive, you know, emotion. And you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this for me. Whereas the opposite, you know, when they expect you, like, man, you're supposed to be doing blah, blah, blah. Like, what, you want a cookie? You're supposed to be doing this. You know what I mean? So it's just a lack of appreciation for things that are being done when technically you shouldn't necessarily have to do it. But if it's expected, it's like, man.
Yeah, no, I get that with my kids all the time. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I guess in all relationships, expectations lead to a lack of appreciation.
Yeah, exactly. So what you got on the clip as far as your insight on it?
That people marriage don't turn out the way that you thought it was going to. That's what it sounded like he was saying. You know what I mean? You dream something, you think something, and it don't work out that way. But I mean, that's not really a surprise to me at this stage. I definitely we all divorced. Except for Tim. Except for Tim, we all divorced. So
I almost
everybody
joined
I
the
know
club.
that's my age is divorced. So
I almost
that's
joined
not
the club.
surprising at all.
I got close.
Yeah, I wish we could figure out a way to work past that shit. I think it gets harder though after we've been divorced. We in our 40s. You know what I mean? You don't form those same bonds that you formed like you did with your first wife.
Exactly. I was just telling my cousin that earlier. Big Purse, what up, man?
Bro, chilling, man. Yeah, you don't.
I don't know if you got to play the clip. Were you able to see the clip, or do you got to play it again, Tim?
You need me to play it again, P?
Yeah, I didn't even see it, bro.
We can't hear him.
You can't hear
me?
Percy?
Yeah,
you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Oh, okay.
Well, he ain't talking.
You can't hear me at all, right? Hold on, man.
He talking right now. Hold on. I'm gonna drop. No, don't do nothing. I'll do it.
I can't hear Tim. I can't hear no.
All right, testing 1 2 1 2 1 2.
I can't hear Tim.
You hear me?
All right, I hear CJ. I hear Percy.
But now you can't hear me.
I don't hear Tim. I hear you. I don't hear Tim.
Okay.
Your stuff broke, man.
Can y'all hear Tim?
My stuff.
Yeah. I can hear everybody.
Yeah, I can too.
I hear everybody too.
I can't hear Tim. Damn.
Boy.
Yeah.
What about testing 1
I hear
2?
you and Meech.
Man, let me see something. All right, what about now?
Test.
I can still hear you, bro.
Testing 1 2
I hear
1
you.
2. You hear me now?
I don't hear Tim now.
Can you hear me though?
I hear you.
Yeah. I hear you.
But both of y'all can hear Tim?
Yeah, we can both hear Tim.
Everybody hear everybody except you.
How do you mean? I'm not running the show.
No, it's you.
I ain't running the show.
They hear
I'm
me.
gonna get out and get in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get out and get in.
Okay. All right, go ahead and play the replay the clip for P.
That's what I gotta pull it up again.
Okay.
You sent it to me on your social media phone.
Fascination and obsession that's in the early days of love is difficult to sustain, and that when it's gone, most relationships don't survive. The majority of relationships don't land where the people wanted them to be. Like I work from the assumption that when people get married, that they would like to have a mutually fulfilling relationship for the duration of the relationship. And most marriages either end in divorce, end in physical separation, or end in a dissatisfied union where the person says, yes, I don't particularly like this person. So that's well over 50% when you add it all up. We already did the statistics on that. And so I think, when you look at that and you go, okay, does this mean that things don't work? But I don't think so. I think there's a lot we could do to improve the situation. I just think we're looking at the wrong targets right now. Like we're just getting way too caught up in comparison. We're getting way too, we're expecting our romantic relationships. I won't even say marriage. We're expecting our romantic relationships to fulfill needs that they weren't designed to fill. The fascination and obsession that's in the early days of love is difficult to sustain. And that when it's gone, most relationships don't survive. The majority of relationships don't land where the people wanted them to be. Like I work from the assumption that when people get.
All right. Can you hear now, John? You hear me talk? I'm talking.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. You sound low though.
All right, let's try Meech now.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear Meech.
And now
All right.
P.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we all there now. Work in progress.
Right. So go ahead, P. Break your breakdown for the clip.
With that, bro, is to me, yeah, we do like the expectations that we have. I'm just gonna speak on just as far as like the males going into the relationship or whatever. Like as far as like me, I really don't have no expectations when I get involved with a person because I feel that that's kind of either setting that person up for failure or setting me up for failure because the expectations is something that is not really real. It's like a fascination. And if we're living with the expectation of what the relationship is supposed to be like, we're not really in that relationship. We're in a fascinated world. So that's why I really think that a lot of relationships don't work. Like as you guys were saying before, like you won't have that same connection that you had like when you're young because everything is new. Like you're not
Yeah.
scorned, you don't have no battle wounds, no scars, can't nobody reopen anything. They won't remind you of somebody, like, oh nah, that's a red flag. You don't have any of that. So it's like you actually grow a little bit better. But now where I'm at now at the same time is actually like where I'm like, okay, I'm not going where you have your tolerance. I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not
Yeah.
having that. Like if you disrupt my spirit, like you got to go. It's just certain things that you have now, which I really feel should have been taught to us at a younger age than have us going through the experiences. We had to kind of like pass these life experience that we have down to the younger generation so that way they can avoid some obstacles and hurdles that we actually went through.
Yeah,
So-
but can I ask, how does that go for you having so much like, you're not gonna disrupt my spirit. You're not gonna, because we all have that now. Like you said, the older we get, we've been scorned down, somebody reminds us of someone else. So when they say, you're not gonna disrupt my spirit, how does that go for you?
For me, it's just like if my internal like it's just something that if you aggravate like me, like it don't have to be physically or anything. It's like if you just disrupt me in the inside, if I just feel like odd or uncomfortable, I can't deal with it because I know you kind of know where that road is going ahead because it's like it's not gonna get any better from that point. Uh, it's like certain red flags is like now like if I hear a woman talk and it's like the whole emasculation, like if I start to hear like a little bit of that, I'm out because I already know it's not going to get no better from that point. And that's like one of my like really like one of my high red flags is just how they would talk or put you down like a real man or this man done this for me. And I'm like, well, you know what? You can go skip along and be with him because that's not me. You have to look at me as an individual and not try to compare me to anybody else because I'm not really going to do that with you. So.
Yeah, it sounds like your tolerance is real low. But so when you mentioned
acrimony, all that
when you mentioned the fantasy thing. So what I'm hearing is that that when you say a lot of people have like a fantasy, so what I'm hearing is you saying that they really like the idea of a person. So
Right.
then, therefore, when that idea is not realized, and they're like, "Oh, I thought that you was like this," it kind of correlates with the expectation thing. So then, therefore, that's when you like, okay, it just kind of all falls apart because they had an idea, aka expectation, aka a fantasy or whatever, and then it really wasn't the case.
Nah. It's like I tell a female now, I'm like, I'm not acting in your story, in your movie. Like I'm not an actor in your movie. Because a lot of things that they have is actually in their head. It's not actually the reality of the situation. It's just that them like, okay, um, let's go out, and I kind of have an expectation on how you're supposed to act or behave or respond in certain things. And it's
Mhm.
like if you don't play that role inside their head, like you're pretty much like a failure to them. So it's like that whole expectation is like, nah, like let's not do that.
That's interesting. Well, the average black man himself has yet to speak.
Well, everything y'all saying is just a culmination of everything that I was gonna say, because at the end of the day, like what y'all saying is real. When you're young, you have time to build bonds and all of that, and once you grow older and you start comparing things, and you get to a point to where you become less open to compromise. As soon as you see something you don't like, I ain't got to deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. So it's like it makes it that much harder for an actual connection to build, because you're not open to compromise. It's like Voltaire. It's a Voltaire quote I learned about Voltaire. Perfect is the enemy of good. That's like what P was saying. People make up, because you make up something in your mind, and that thing you make up in your mind is what's perfect for you. So you start trying to look for something that matches this image in your head, because the same way that they make something up in their brain, men
Yeah.
do too. Men do too. I want her to be like this. I want her to have that. She got to be this. The same checklist that they make, we do too.
Yeah.
It's a human thing. And and it's just we as men tend to be more forgiving in the past. I don't know how it is now, but in the past, we tend to be more forgiving. Whereas we'll say, here's a woman, and she has a list of 10 things. A man got to have these 10 things, and a man, I have a list. A woman got to have these 10 things. Men tend to be more like, okay, he'll meet a woman that has 4 of those 10 things. And he'll be like, you know what? I'm lucky as hell that I found a woman that got 4 of the things that I really look for. Man, what's the chances of that? That she gonna have 4 out of this list that I got in my mind. And he'll give her a shot. And those other 6 things will come up later, but he'll still give her a shot. On the other hand, a woman will find a man that have 9 out of the 10 things on her list and be like, oh, hell nah. I ain't about to deal. I ain't got to deal with that. Mm-mm. That's just the
I
difference.
I think they'll take 9.
Hey
I
Gotta
man,
think
be,
we
they'll
ain't
take
taking 4, or else we be in relationships right now. We ain't
right.
taking 4. You know what I
No,
mean?
but
Or
we
we
do
all
take
be,
4. We do
huh?
take 4. We will take 4.
And Meech, are you
Right.
married right now, Meech? And
No.
Percy, you married? I ain't married, so we out. And we can find somebody
But
that got 4
I did
things.
say in the past. I don't know how it
It's
is
in
now.
the
I did
past.
say that.
I agree with everything y'all saying though. Like when Percy said, uh we ain't, our tolerance do get lower. We ain't putting up with that. Like, I don't want you to disturb my peace. And that's a fear of mine now, is that the
Mhm.
tolerance that got shit maybe a little too damn low. You know what I mean? Like, like, hold up, man. What the I ain't dealing with that shit. But you dealt with all that shit with your first wife, and it feel like, you know what I mean? And maybe you're right. We was naive, we wasn't hurt, we wasn't scorned, but we is
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
We is now. So I mean, we got to figure out something. Cause I'm with CJ. Nigga, my tolerance is low. I ain't I ain't taking 4. That's gonna disturb my peace.
I think my tolerance got lower. I think I had some pretty decent tolerance, but I think mine got low after this last year, where I'm just like, ugh.
Let me put this at the. Let me put this copyright fair use at the bottom because I want to play this clip, and this clip is from somebody else posted it, but still, I gotta put the fair use. Fair use. YouTube, leave me alone.
Men get married and become a father and go, oh, shoot. Okay, I didn't know it was going to take all of this. Game time. Let me try to figure this out. Let me try to see if I can do this and do that and get the car and do this and love her more and balance all this. Women, we meet you and we're like, our idea and our fairy tale is you are Prince Charming, honey. And then we try to get you to fit Prince Charming. And the more you don't fit it, the more y'all end up in my office going, but he doesn't do this. Well, has he ever did it? No, but I always just thought my husband was your husband or this man. So are you getting to know who you with? Or are you making this man fit this fairy tale ideology that doesn't even exist anyways? And so women come and lead with fit this, or you have no value. Men come in and go, all right, I'm here and I'm going to learn how to be the best I can for you. And then women do what? You're taking too long. You're not getting there because you haven't fit the box of the fairy tale. They almost always have an amazing husband, but because his amazingness doesn't fit her idea of amazing, guess what? He ain't shit to her. So because he don't fit your tone of red, you gonna tell me this man still ain't red? Men get married.
That's that 9, man. I told you they have 9.
Well, that's basically what CJ was just saying.
That's that 9. That's what I'm saying that's what I said what y'all was saying. I was like, I got a clip for that somewhere. But
yeah, that's basically what he was just saying. And there's some men, very few, but there's some men who kind of do that too. But I just think that kind of like what she was explaining, we're hardwired to be problem solvers. So when we're faced with this, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember when I found out my firstborn was on the way, is exactly what she said. Like, oh shoot, okay. You know what I'm saying? I guess I got to do this and do that and making moves and try to make sure that I take care of, you know what I'm saying, my baby. And each subsequent one after that, it's like, oh shoot, another one. All right, well, I guess I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? Like have to get my A game together.
Yeah. Now I think you're right. We is wired to be problem solvers. Same thing when my first one came. When I found out she was pregnant, I cried. I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? I don't know how I'm gonna handle this, but you know, I had to figure it out. And now
and that's men, that's what we do. It's just like you said, it's like it may feel like very, very overwhelming when you first hear it, but at some point you just like, all right, let me just go ahead and do this.
And you know what? That may be my problem with relationships is like when I'm in it, I'm in it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm committed, but I don't want to be jumping in it and giving that energy to just anyone. I think it's hard to like I have a lot of expectations before I get in it. I think when I'm in it, I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay.
You know, and that's what I want to avoid. I want to avoid that part right there, that I'm figuring out part as I'm going along. It's like the next thing I'm going into, I want to know for sure, like this is what I want to do. I don't want to have like no questions about it or any of that. Like,
but
no,
that's
this
the
is
unrealistic part,
the one.
though. That's the
Nah, it's not.
unrealistic part. Though. The reason I'm saying it's unrealistic is because you're not gonna go in it and just know. Like you got to you have to go through the stages of, and that's what we keep circling back to is that when you get older, you don't want to go through that time. When you're younger, that time to grow is not there no more. So you're expecting a person to show up what you want them to be. And
no, that has nothing to do. Has nothing to do with the other person. It has to do with me internally. Like I don't want to go in knowing that okay, like it's a project. I don't want to. It's not a project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to know for sure. Like, hey, this is like I need to have that internal feeling myself. This has nothing to do with the woman. It has to do with me. Because if I'm not
Yeah.
going in there with my internals right, I'm just gonna repeat.
especially if the woman, if that's what the woman wants, because technically speaking, I agree with what you're saying, because it's not fair to her if you're unsure.
Right.
Yeah. No, I agree with you too. You don't want to get into a project like it. Like you said, you going in it, you want to be all in it. You don't want to be trying to figure it out and while we in it. But I think that's what keeps a lot of us from, you know what I mean, jumping back in it again like that is in the beginning, it's like we see all the flags and the other shit up front in the beginning. And it's like, man, I don't want to
Right.
commit to that and try to work through it. Hell nah. I already did that
Yep.
before.
Yep.
I
I
got
already
Yeah,
know.
my expectations are there in the beginning. Like I do, like Tim said, I got expectations before you get in it, you know? And then after that, my expectations probably relax. I'm a little bit in it, and then I'm just trying to fit because it ain't gonna be perfect no matter what. So you're gonna have to figure it out when we in it. We gonna have to
mm-hmm,
work through shit once we in it.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
just
So
go ahead.
no, I was what I was gonna say. I'm like, so my question is this. So do you keep meeting the same person over and over again, like with the same traits, like the same type of personality? Like hold up, like kind of like the same tendency, like wait a minute, it's a different face, but as far as like the person's like spirit or whatever, it's kind of like the same as your last.
For me,
No, I
no.
don't think so. I don't
Yeah,
think
for me,
so.
No.
definitely not.
Okay.
Nah, and that's why I think the problem is still more with me because I don't think so neither. I think it's people are showing up differently. It's just that tolerance is I'm not bonded to them. You know what I mean? So it ain't. I'm not
Right.
trying as hard, and I ain't going to
I feel
try
you.
as hard.
But I do see what you're saying though, CJ, because there are a lot of
Yeah.
people that you can see, like from the outside looking in, you can see, like, dude, that's just a different version of the last person you was with.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I mean? They just look different, but technically
Yep.
speaking, that's the same person.
Now, a lot of that has to do with what P was talking about, that internal stuff, because
Mm-hmm.
wherever you are internally, it's going to attract whatever you've been attracting. So until
Yeah.
you change that same thing that you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Until you change your polarity, you're going to continue to attract the same thing.
I must
And
be a changing Negroid then, because I might don't be the same at all.
and there's and if we probably got to sit down as your boys and talk to all of them, I bet you we could all pick similarities, like, oh yeah, that's like such and such, because you don't see it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I got another clip, but it's sideways and I can't rotate it, so we can listen to it.
That's cool.
Y'all, all right. But I want people to. I'm gonna just play it. Excuse my faulty recording, everybody that's watching. All three of y'all that's watching.
Hmm.
all three,
Australia.
all three of y'all.
What do you wish someone had told you about dating, like in your 40s and 50s back then?
You think that when you're ready to settle down, that there's always going to be a lot of supply on the shelves, and it's not. Like at this age, a lot of the good guys are married or taken because they're good guys. And I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine the other day, and I'm like, well, your best bet now is maybe someone that a good man that maybe is coming out of a marriage, getting a divorce. So, I think in our youth, and I would like people to know this when they're younger, we think, oh, there's always going to be an endless supply. I can wait till tomorrow. Don't put off your happiness waiting. If you find that good person, like a lot of times we wait, well, it's not the right time. It's never going to be like the right time. I would say go for it more. I wish I would have told someone told me just go for it. I probably have overlooked a good candidate before, like maybe
Why is that though?
me thinking the timing thing, maybe prioritizing career. I definitely was always like work. I never thought I had enough cushion built up to like relax and take my foot off the gas and start a family.
And then that just go on and on
Yeah.
and on, and then you be 100 years old and you like, it's
Damn
still
it,
working.
Still working. And I think I will say specifically with Black women, especially, I feel like we don't really have the luxury to think that we can kind of take time off like that. You know, and I specifically say Black women because like we're usually the backbone of everything, you know, not even just with our families, but with our friend circles. Like it's always something for us to do. We're always taking care of somebody else. I don't have children, but I'm always like feeding a friend or taking care of someone or helping somebody out or doing a favor. And I think that's a cape that we put on ourselves. No one told us to do this. It's just something in us that we do.
So you see how that ties in with what we're talking about, how you get older, it gets harder. That's just another layer to add on to how, you know, at this big age, it ain't that easy. Cause so you take what we were talking about these expectations, and you see that as she pointed out, for them, the idea, the I'll just say it, the expectation of thinking there's always gonna be something there. It just, you know what I'm saying? And now compile that together with this culture. There's the next person. Oh, I'm gonna find somebody. Oh, nah, there's just one swipe away to the next one. Oh, that one ain't that good. So I'll swipe. Oh, okay, I got a new one. And having that in the back of your head creates possibly some type of psychological thing that goes right along together with that not wanting to compromise, because a part of us believe that the same way I got that one is so I can swipe and get another one.
I think there's a lot of truth to that. That
I mean,
definitely changed the dating game.
Yeah, you can swipe and get another one, but you can't swipe and get the right one. That's the problem.
And that's what she was, and that's what she was saying. That's what she was saying, is that she admitted herself she probably didn't passed up a few good ones, thinking, "Oh, I got time. It's gonna always be one around."
Probably to it. I could guarantee you,
right?
That she passed over some dudes. Because if she 50 years old and she still look good like that, she didn't pass through some. You know, she didn't pass over some dudes.
Yeah, your sound breaking up, John on my end. Is he breaking up for y'all too?
Yeah,
he's breaking up.
See, it's your side. You was blaming me. You was blaming me, man. It was your stuff. No, but yeah, but you on mute, John. But like you said, Meech, yeah, it's a guarantee she passed over a few good ones, all with the belief that it's gonna always be another one. It's gonna always be another one. It's gonna always be another one.
Man, I'm at the point where I'm being a passport bro. That's my only option at this point. I'm just gonna be real with everybody. And the reason why I say that is just because of, unless I'm not gonna say that there's none here that's like this. I just want, I'll put it this way. Like when I went to Spain, I like what I seen, the women were just natural women. And it's like that's what I need. Like I don't need the lashes, I don't need the weaves, I don't need the makeup, I don't need any of that. It's like I'm really attracted to just that person. All that extra excess stuff is like it takes away. Like to like maybe for other people that's what they're attracted to, but for me, I want to be naturally attracted to you, not something that you can pull off and take off. That's not attractive. Because at this point in time, it's like, damn, like there's too many drag queens or whatever else out here that do the exact same thing. So it's like, nah, I want to see you, how you wake up, like just natural, because that's the way the women were growing up. Like is not attractive to me at all.
That's a huge deal breaker for me. The lashes, like once I start seeing all that, because just like you said, that drag queens used to dress like that, right?
Right.
So now you don't know who's real and who's not. When you see all of that, when they got all of that on, I just
Yeah.
walk right on by like,
Can't do it.
no. Like natural always win.
Now I'm about to play devil's advocate right here. Here, all right, y'all ready?
Yep.
No, we're not.
Because what y'all doing right now is the same. Is that list thing? Because all of this is because okay. So this because you're talking about one thing, attraction. So the natural attraction is there. Okay, cool, boom. She opened her mouth. She ain't no different than the one with the lashes on. So
That's
the
false.
package don't mean nothing, bro. A woman, I'm saying just because don't never judge a book by its cover. That's we've been learning that since we was kids, and granted, I get what you're saying when you're talking about going to Spain because it's a cultural difference, but it being different don't automatically make it better. It just means you don't know everything about it. So don't romanticize it because from the surface is glittering and it's like gold. Because they got a whole other culture and expectation. You go over there and get one, and then she gonna expect something from you. You're gonna be like, oh, I could have stayed home and got this.
No, is what I'm saying is that the natural woman, like that has nothing to do with the expectation. It's just what I like and what I'm attracted to. And it's like even okay, I'll put it this way. I met a female like she had a weave or whatever, and I told her like I'm not really attracted to that. And she started wearing her real hair. And I was like, damn, I finally met you. Because like that's like the representative. I don't want to meet your representative. I don't want to meet that person. I want to see you, like who you are. Like let me show me how comfortable you are within your own skin. And that's just it. That's not really an expectation. I want to see that's like character.
You know what trips me out? Because I've actually had some online debates and they try to compare like them wearing makeup to this. Oh, well, some of you guys, I'm like, dude, this is natural. I can go jump in the pool and then my face gonna look just like this when I get out that pool. Like I saw something funny where this dude was like,
how is the beard and makeup the same? Like I thought she was gonna say something
that's woman logic, man.
I've heard women say stuff like hat fishing.
Oh yeah, you
yeah.
definitely see that's the same thing though. That's the same thing though. Hat fishing, weed fishing, wig fishing. It's the same thing. Ain't no difference.
I saw this lady ask this dude. Well, it was a skit, but the lady was like, "Hey, who's naturally more pretty?" Like they literally use the word pretty, men or women. So the dude was like, "Men are." She was like, "Really? Like how do you figure?" And he ran some water in the sink and went like this. He was like, "Now you do that." And then she was just like, and then of course he took off running and she chased him and all of that because of course she couldn't do that. So yeah, I just think, but there are some naturally beautiful women out there. I know a lot of them that just plain face, they're beautiful, and that's what we prefer. I think a lot of them know that they don't care. They have an idea. I think most women, the reason why it catches on so fast is because a woman will look at another woman and be like, "Oh, she looks cute. That's cute," and then they mimic that. Unfortunately, most of us don't like a lot of that stuff that they mimic.
Well, I've been saying this for years, and I think I figured this out at a young age. But a lot of that makeup and weave and all of that stuff, they do that for each other. They do that for. They do that. Hold on, I think they do that for each other. Because like you said, they see each other, be like, "Ooh, that's cute. Ooh, her stuff is cute, and this is cute, and oh, that's cute." You know what I mean? And then, like you said, they go, "Where you get that from?" "Oh, that's a cute color, girl." And next thing you know, they watching the tutorial to see how to do it, and the same thing.
And you know what's so crazy is because us dudes, we operate different, right? Like when we was young, we'll see a dude But we not looking at what he rocking with. We looking at like, oh, that dude gets all the girls. So now maybe I want to be like him because you see that all the girls like him. Not just be like, oh, I think he's cool, so I'm gonna mimic him, and then both of y'all just two lonely dudes.
Right. The closest we may come to something like that. We see a dude that's swole, be like, "Damn, he's swole. I don't get swole like that." You know, that's about the closest. About the closest we gonna get to it.
Well, only mainly because we know that
women
typically like it. If women like fat and nasty dudes, man, this planet be full of just some Homer Simpson looking dudes.
Yep.
Well, I guess for the straight guys, I got to speak for the straight guys. I forgot we live in that day and age. For the straight guys,
you don't want to get that. Nobody cancel you. This guy.
For the straight guys,
that's crazy. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone. It's bringing it's man biting my tongue, bruh. I'm just gonna leave it. Just gonna leave it, man.
You got any more clips? I think you said you got a ton of them.
I think I got hustled by some dude, man, talking about he a high school player collecting money for the high school. That nigga looked like he was 35.
If you gave him money, he didn't. You hustled yourself. If you read,
I was just trying to get back to the podcast, but yeah, he had the same name as my son, but he like 35 years old.
He got grays in his beard, like I'm selling candy.
I'm trying to find some stuff about expectations to keep it on topic because I got dozens and dozens of clips. It's just not about the topic.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, with expectations, it is hard, man, because we all have them. You're right. We got them. They got them. And we all got a lower tolerance the older we get. That's the scary part about it. You know what I'm saying? We all been heartbroken. We all done dealt with bullshit. And ain't none of us as tolerant and easygoing or accepting as we was before.
Hell no.
Hell no, which is scary, you know what I mean, when you think about it, because we dealing with someone else, they at the same place we at.
Hey, what they say, I didn't pay you to stay, paid you to leave.
This not a video, but it has to do with expectations. Can y'all read it or it's small?
No, I can read it.
Yeah, I read it.
Y'all agree with it?
Hell yeah. Worth the financial cost, like he said, the financial cost. I got an expectation that I am not taking care of nobody.
Yeah. That's actually really true right there. I think these days a lot of relationships are tied to the financial cost in the end. And since a lot of women make their own money also, like they're starting to get some of that thought process too.
There is a lot of women that make their own money.
So now that brings it full circle now, because like we started the conversation off where you're saying in the beginning, Meech, is that back in the days, you know, marriage was more about a contract. It was more of an arrangement and agreement. And then it got away from that and people start wanting love and happiness. And then, but now it looks like it's going right back to what it was before, a contract, an arrangement.
Yeah, like I mean, to be honest, I don't think it never stopped being that. I just think that on people's own minds, kind of like what CJ was saying before, the expectation of what they think marriage should be, right? So you got all these romance movies and all these romance comedies selling the butterfly effect. Oh, you know, are they giving you butterflies, stuff like that? Where when I grew up, you know, my grandparents was raised, my grandparents, they was married 50-something years. I grew up seeing you know, I saw some battles, but I actually grew up seeing what love was really about, and it didn't look like sunshine and rainbows at all.
Not at all.
It looked like two people that stuck together through thick and thin, through, cancer diagnosis, through, all kinds of bad stuff that happened. Good stuff too, right? So it's like, yeah, they took the good with the bad, literally with the vows. When you really think about a marriage vows, like that really just lays it out there for you. But I just think most people ignore all of the bad part. You know what I'm saying? Like they only hear for rich and then it mutes, or for poor. Or, you know what I'm saying?
For rich, for better, in
fitness
health.
is muted, and then in health is full blast. You know what I mean?
So they just hear through what'd you say? For better, for goodness,
exactly.
in health.
Exactly. So it's like, we saw this other stuff. What you talking about? You sick? Huh?
They don't even hear till death do you part. That's because that's negative. That sounds too long.
Unless they got insurance.
It's the other D word now. To divorce do you part.
But no, dang, I lost my chain of thought. You said something about your grandparents, and I just slipped my mind that fast.
Yeah, I definitely think it's all generation. I think it's all generation. I think my grandparents' generation, they just had a different understanding, right? And it wasn't really about happiness. Now, don't get me wrong. I think people should be able to be happy, right? But it just, if you're going to be, if that's what you want, you just have to understand that you may end up in a lot of different relationships if it's all about happiness.
All right, well, I'm about to make all the women watchers mad right there. Because I had looked up the psychology behind happiness, and happiness is contingent on satisfaction. Now, we as men, we know the cliche about who the most unsatisfied people on earth are.
Hold on, pause, because at least on my end, you kind of conked out when you said it's contingent on, and I didn't hear it's contingent on what.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so what I was saying is I did some research a while ago into the psychology behind happiness, and it says happiness is contingent on the ability to be satisfied, because happiness is contempt. Contempt is happiness. So content, not contempt. You know what I'm trying to say. I got a black accent. It's my African American vernacular English, but right. But so we as men, we know the cliche of who you can never satisfy, right? So if it's a group of people, let's just apply the logic. If it's a group of people that's never satisfied, and the psychology of happiness says happiness is contingent on satisfaction and contentment, that is self-explanatory, right?
Yeah, happiness is you gotta make happiness yourself. And that's where I think a lot of them they get lost. They look for it for somebody else to make them happy, when happiness, it lies within what you do within yourself, not nobody else.
Right. And as much as I hate to use celebrities as an example, but there's a celebrity example that proves that money don't buy happiness, because your boy Will just came out and was like, I retire from trying to make Jada happy. She gonna have to figure that out by herself to prove to me that she's even capable of being happy.
I just don't even get why he has to go through all of that, dude. You're Will effing Smith.
You know what?
Like,
and I get it, because it's like,
that?
I get it, because he said way back in the day that, divorce is not an option. Because if it is an option, we're going to get divorced.
That's true.
Just like probably with your grandparents, man, to make it 50 years, they probably went through some battles. I was talking about this with somebody the other day. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about some you know what I mean, stories that then came out and shit like that from my family, from motherfuckers that's like old, and I did a DNA test, found out that ain't my daddy from 60, 70 years ago.
Man,
I was telling Tim, I don't want to.
Speaking of that, P did a DNA test, and I did a DNA test, the same company. and we popped up on there as cousins, but it had a hyphenated word on there that I had never heard before. Have y'all ever heard of half cousins?
No.
Right. Well, he and I are half cousins. All of our lives, we've been told that his grandmama and my grandmama were sisters. My mom and his mom every day. This is my first cousin, Baba Jean. This is my first cousin, Rita. Well, turns out that our grandmamas were sisters, but my mama's mama was from a different dude. And when I asked my mom about it, my mom said she told me the story, and Big Mama was like, "Hey, I did what I had to do."
But as I say, you know, they went through some shit too back in the day. You damn right, it was a contract. That shit wasn't all about
But
rainbows
you gotta
and butterflies.
also understand, because at first when I heard it, I laughed too. But when I put it into context, you know, Big Mama grew up in like the late 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
So she had to do. You couldn't get a bank account if you ain't had no man. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't work. It's a lot you couldn't do if you didn't have a man back then. So Big Mama had to do what she had to do.
Yep.
And now, so my grandma, so me and P's grandmother are sisters, but they're half sisters, which is why we are half cousins.
I've of course heard half sisters, half brothers, and all that. Never heard half cousins.
Right.
Nah, me neither. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure a lot of us. I'm pretty sure a lot of our cousins is half cousins.
Half. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I ain't gonna do no DNA test because you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm like, nigga, I thought you was.
Yeah, you're gonna find out. Some people gonna find out their cousins is their brother.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah,
even worse.
Yeah.
So that's what's hard about it, man. It's easier to deal with all that bullshit because you got to go through a lot of bullshit to make it to 50 years. And it's easier to deal with that bullshit when you bonded with somebody, you know what I mean? And y'all growing together. But by the time, like, I'm 45, man, I've been alone I've been divorced shit for, I don't know what, 10 years, something like that.
Yeah, right after
shit,
Van
maybe
was
longer.
born. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So
Yeah, right after
like
Van was
11,
born.
12. Yeah. And it's hard to go through that shit now. And it's like, because I didn't struggle for so many years on my own. You know what I mean? And you're right. We finally do learn to get a sense of peace and a sense of we done made some money and shit like that. And I don't want none of that to be disturbed.
Exactly.
All right. I came across another stat that has to do with expectations. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that if this is true, then none of us in this panel have met 48% of women in the world. Because we've all only come across that 48%.
While 52% of women say they expect to split the bill, where?
Right. Right.
Yeah, I ain't never, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've had someone pay before, several times.
It's the word expect. That's
but the expectation, I would say, yeah, I say that's highly unlikely that it's that high.
You know what? And it's expensive as shit. So I wish I did run across them women right now, man. When you go outside, it's $100.
Especially the ones that's papered up. You know what I mean?
We said it costs $100 just to go outside.
It's expensive these days.
And that do become a pet peeve because, you know, like you said. Yeah, that do become a pet peeve because you're right. Like a lot of women nowadays make their own money and still want you to pay or
Mm,
expect you to pay.
Like
mm.
we said before, we had this discussion before. We'll make more than you and still expect you to pay.
Yeah. You see, I'm over
You know
here
what I
doing
mean?
bad. I just got to this point.
Be like, hey, let's go to Ruth's Chris. Like, huh?
Mm.
Man.
Yes. Go to Chris Hamburger stand.
I'm going to the grocery store. That's where I'm going.
Now you
You making
gotta
So,
eat
groceries?
shit. I'm gonna cook for you.
so
Mm. Yep.
something else. This is why I wish Val and Tammy would have came up, because something that me and Val talked about a while ago is about how expectations are being shaped around physical intimacy, and how there's been a push to where, and was telling her I've seen this amongst a lot of women, especially when I was separated, is that they want to have relations first and then see if they like you later. And it turns out that it's happened enough now to where there's a stat. If I can put the stat up on the screen, if it'll let me put the stat on the screen, boom. And I can see this, like with some of the conversations me and John had, like if a bad performance will make you be ready to walk away.
Mm.
Yeah. And unfortunately, a good performer is to have you enter a long-term relationship with the devil.
Facts. That's true.
That is true. That's fucked up. That is true, but
Yep. You gotta. My thing is straight C's. That's it. Everybody get a C. That's it.
Right. That's just the average black
Cool.
man show up.
He cool.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
average black. That's the average black man show. Everybody get a C. That's that C average, baby.
C
C average.
average across the board, man. That's it. Like, nah, I ain't going out. Like, I'm passing. Shit, you'll come back. I mean, but like what I noticed that they will throw it at you. Like now is like they do start with that, which is like weird. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, okay, so it's them giving it to you now. Like, you ain't really gotta
yeah.
do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well,
Now
shit.
you
Like now it's like, I ain't really
You don't
trying
even
to.
want it, huh?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like,
came a little
like
too
what's going
easy.
on? It's like, all
You
right,
give it to
but it's
everybody like this.
Yeah, I'd say,
it's like the
yeah.
funny part. Like my brother told me a while. He was like, it's like overrated, and I was like, bro, like it can never be overrated. But now I'm like looking at it like, damn, like that shit is overrated. You know what I mean? Especially like for me, especially if you're not trying to have like kids or nothing. You know what I mean? And I think like my interest is a little bit different. You know, it's like, damn, do I really want to do this? Because I already know if I, like how you were saying, like if you do it too good, then you got to handle some of the craziness. You done knock the craziness out of
Yeah.
it, or you know what I mean? Like what do you want to do?
Crazy
It's like some,
activation button.
yeah, you didn't set something off. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, like do I really want to do that, or do I just want to just chill? Like I don't know yet. Like I'm struggling with that now. It's like I just want to just get to know you. Can we just get to know each other like before we go there? You know, but
Yeah,
it is what it
I've
is.
had talks with people, and I tell them like when a young man, sex was a high priority. It's not as nearly as high priority as it once was when I was young.
Right.
And I think that comes with maturity, growth as a man. Some people reach it earlier than others. Like another thing I discovered is just because you age doesn't mean that you mature. I know a lot of
Mm.
dudes is 60, 65, some
Going on
immature.
15, going on 15.
Exactly. So still chasing. You know what I'm saying? Still out there chasing butt like they was 15, like you said.
Hmm.
So it just depends.
Yeah.
So I found something that, because y'all had mentioned about the difference between earnings. So let's see what this video is talking about as far as the income gap with the man being on the lower end.
My issue is when I heard you speak, you said it's a hard adjustment dealing with somebody who's making significantly less than you.
Not somebody.
Well,
I may have said somebody, but I meant like as a woman, I think it's a hard adjustment.
And that's my thing. We scream equality. We scream, let's go dollar for dollar, man and women, equal jobs, equal opportunities. But yet it's a hard adjustment for you when you have to play the role of a breadwinner, when you've been rightfully granted the opportunity to become one. And for me, that's where I draw the line, because I don't mind you making cure with you making more money than him, then he's not a man to begin with, in my opinion. So if we're talking about this bus driver who we've given all these attributes to, right? The attributes that was given here today, I'm going to assume by those attributes, that's a secure man, a confident man, a passionate man, and a loving man who does nothing but base a lot of his happiness on the intangibles, right? Now, if a woman is dating this man who's based a lot of his happiness and joy on the intangibles, I highly doubt that same man is going to have a conflict with his woman making more than him. The only conflict that I would see is that she cannot accept that she's making more than her man, and she can't accept his social status as a profession.
I can rock with that. Anybody watching, please hit like, share, subscribe. Hit the link in the comments if you want to come up on the panel. If you're watching on YouTube, it's a pinned comment. If you're watching on Facebook, it's just right in the comments. Come on up. Come on up. Don't be scared.
Yeah, now I do know it's hard. It's harder for women. They've been socialized in the same society we have, but I do know it's harder for them to be with a man that makes significant. It's harder for any of us to be with someone that makes significantly less, because that means we carrying a hell of a lot more load. And so I can understand that.
I think it depends.
Yeah.
I think it depends on mainly the income of the man, right? If the man is a high earner, he's probably not really tripping off of what his wife brings or what his significant other brings to the table financially. However, on the other end, a woman could be making buku money. She still want that dude, like Oprah, still looking at Stedman like, dude, you need to be, you know what I mean? And it's like, dude, you work
That's why he
like
stayed in the guest house. That's why he stayed in the guest house. You a guest.
He was in there because of old girl. That's why he was in there.
But it's true because
he was a beard. He was a beard in reverse. What would it be called for a woman, or for a man? Is a beard. What would it be called for a woman? Some lashes or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I know right now I don't have the desire to like. And I was with somebody for a while, and one of the main issues was for me was I thought like, man, I'm gonna have to work like 10, 15 years longer to take care of her. And that was kind of a deal breaker. Or if I want to go on vacations, I got to work a little bit extra harder and put, more money away and shit like that. But if I was ready to go on a vacation by myself, I could just go.
Yeah.
10, 15 years longer. That's a lot.
I'm about to, and you know what they're gonna hit him with? You know what they're gonna hit him with when he say that? You complaining about being a man. These men today complaining about being a man.
I don't want my lifestyle to change. I want it to improve. I don't want it to feel like I'm taking a step back. You know what I mean? I didn't work too hard to get to where I'm at. I don't want to take a step back.
What's that saying that they like to say now? With the kind of like what you was touching on, Tim. Oh, zesty. Oh, you zesty. Because you don't want to do all this. Like, man.
The sassy nigga apocalypse.
Sassy.
That's what it's called. The sassy nigga
I
apocalypse.
got kids.
These men want to be
And
princesses.
Yeah.
These men want to be. They want princess. They want you to take them on the date. That's right. Damn right.
Damn right. Show me you don't mind to spend your money. Like just show me that. Like that's one thing.
You
Like,
gotta
that's
Because
something
it
that
tells
I
us
need to see.
that you're genuinely interested if you're willing to
right.
But that goes back. I'm actually working on. Let me see if I can pull this up and show y'all some of it. I'm working on this idea that I have called the asymmetrical framework. And what the asymmetrical framework is, it's basically men adjusting to the paradigm being shifted. So the paradigm that we all grew up with is, it's the man is the man, and as a man, it's your job to die in the service of your family. You would die for your kids, you die for your wife. That was your end of the bargain. And the reciprocity to that is that she would put her life at risk to die to bury you children. She would maintain your home. It was a duality in a sense. Now, granted, it wasn't on paper, it was good, but they still had physical abuse, DV. They had marital taking of the box, marital grape. And they had men that were just not good men. So women fought to have their independence and autonomy from that. And the narrative of I don't need a man doesn't mean I don't need a man in my life. It just means I don't need a man to exist in the society as it used to be back in the days, because before I needed a man to get a bank account. I needed a man to, like Madam C.J. Walker. Her name is Sarah. I forgot her last name. But the reason she's Madam C.J. Walker is because back then you couldn't be a woman and own a business. So fast forward now to, now women have this ability to be, to have autonomy. Well, that autonomy has broken the original framework. So now men are in a position to now have to redefine what manhood is for us now, because it's not what it used to be, because women doing that on their own. It's not provide and protect. That's the cliche that we all been programmed in, but we don't live in that world no more. You go to the gun range, you see chicks out there.
Yeah.
It's a so
in
now
some cases, more women than dudes.
Right. So now we really do have to redefine how we show up in the world as men. Where is it? I know I have it somewhere. Asymmetrical framework. Is this one it, or is it this one? Yeah, it's this. I think it's this one. And this little screen I have is a extremely simplified version of what I'm talking about. So can y'all see that, or is it teeny tiny?
No, I mean I could. Well, no, you just shrunk. Okay,
yeah. I'm trying to adjust it to where we can see it.
I think it was good how it was when you first put it on, so that we could see the little chart. There we go.
All right, that's what I was just trying to increase the window so we can see it in its entirety. There we go. Asymmetrical framework. Understanding the shift in gender dynamics, traditional roles, mutual trade-off system, which I mentioned before. You know, what the contract was is I, as a man, will do everything I can in my power to ensure the safety and the well-being of my family, and that included the woman and the kids. And her trade-off was is I'm going to risk my life to bury you kids, because they do risk their lives for that. You know, back in the days it was more so than it is now without the technology. And in return, you as the man would give her everything that she needed, which is why back in the days men used to work and come home and just give their wife the check, because that was the arrangement. You bring home the bacon, she maintains the house and the kids and everything like that. You protect and all of that. You build yours, because you were supposed to build the house literally back then. So you know, but again, that framework on paper was perfect, but they had some dudes that were not so perfect dudes, and they would DV and all of that stuff, and so they fought for their rights. They got to define their role, because the argument that you hear them, I talk to a lot of feminists, uh, the argument you hear them make is that women didn't get to make rules for themselves, men made the rules. Men, the whole framework that I just mentioned about this, a man's job for this, a woman's job for that, their argument is that men set the rule for the women's side and they want to make it for themselves. So what they fought for, boom, this is where it becomes asymmetrical, because women got to change the rules for themselves, but they still expect you to abide by the old rules, because those are rules that men set for themselves. And that's when it becomes asymmetrical, because they want like we're talking about, they want the ability to work, have money and all of that, and this, that, and the other. But at the same time, they want to be taken care of, because you, Mr. Man, said it's your job to take care of us. So us as men have been redefining it. And as we redefine it, that's where they come up with these insults: sassy, zesty. And all it is just men adjusting to the framework changing. You know what I'm saying? That's what this whole chart is about. You know,
Yeah.
women
Yeah,
women
that's
got
the
the
change, you know.
right, women got the freedom that they wanted through the women's movements, and men's response was is, you know, we opted, like we were saying, I don't got to put up with that. And that's why the behaviors look to them like women's behavior, because like was it one of the it was the last clip we just played, women have put themselves now in the position to be subject to the consequences of the rules that go with being a provider. So now that you're in a position to where you don't need a provider, you can be a provider. You are now also privy to the same scrutiny. And men are doing this. Men are opted out. Men are redefining roles. They're pushing back. When men do that, women shame. Oh, you zesty, y'all this. To try to guilt you. It's a man's job. You're a man. You're supposed to do this. You know what I'm saying? Then they try to hit the moral high ground. My father never did. My mother did this because my father X, Y, and Z. Like this, like I said, this chart is simplified. I've been writing and studying this stuff for a while.
Yeah, but
You
you're
want
right. I
you, you
mean,
want you
looking
want
at
to
traditional roles,
Huh?
I was gonna say you're right. Looking at traditional roles, you know, that's what it was like. We all knew what part we had to play. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do this, you do that. And now it is harder because I ain't looking for a woman to give me kids no more. That shit is done. So I mean, someone already is raising my kids, you know, me and someone else. So you can't really that part for me no more. So we got to come up with, something at work.
Yeah, I had to mute Meech's background. He was making noise in his background. I can send y'all this too if y'all interested in reading it.
You want to know the funniest thing about that? How you was talking about like the roles or whatever. So when you was saying that, the first thing that came in my head was like, okay, so when the people were like in little cotton fields or sugarcane fields or whatever, like both men and women, they work together. So like
Yeah,
I don't understand where those kind of like those roles came in because it was more of a team, and I really think that's the reason
yeah,
why that the relationship worked better back then than they do now because of these expectations the man's supposed to protect and provide. When it was like, no, we supposed to be a unit, like we're supposed to be one. So it has nothing to do with one person protecting and providing. Like we're supposed to protect and provide for each other. And I really think that that's where the whole thing has been lost in in my opinion.
Yeah, I
that's
definitely want
true.
a copy of that when you get a chance.
You say what?
I said I definitely want a copy of this thing when you get a chance.
Okay. Yeah, because this is just something I've been working on. Because I've been in these back chats and I've been on a lot of panels and podcasts where it's always man versus woman, and everybody expresses their grievances, but no one ever wants to like identify the issue without pointing the finger and then attempt to make a correction or understand why the other person is in the position or takes the stance that they do. And I, for about the last 3-4 months, it took me this long to figure this out. And when I attach it to the history behind it, it's gonna make a lot of people mad, particularly men, because are y'all familiar with COINTELPRO?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yep.
think I've heard of it.
Like yeah, like COINTELPRO literally is a government project that was designed to break up our families. Like literally. like no hype. This is not a hyperbole.
Hmm. Not at all.
so back to expectations. That's what the whole show was about. Like what y'all expect nowadays, for a partner when you married. So you know what I'm saying? You ain't really all the rest of us out there in the world
Even
still.
even being married, I still expect clear communication. Especially with going through things that we went, because it ain't been peaches and cream. We had our shakeups and breakups just like everybody else. So at this point, it's like clear communication. We at with this big age, we should be able to express if something's going on. Not be afraid to express if there's an issue, bring it to the other person's attention, and that person should be mature enough to acknowledge and validate the other person's issue, and then together try to come up with a resolution. So there's still expectations never disappear, they just change. Y'all praying or something?
No, I was letting my water soak.
I'm just sitting here. I'll listen to what you were saying, man. I was like letting it digest. Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what Meech meant by saying you was letting your water soak.
Yeah.
uh,
No, just let it sit in my mouth.
I
Let it sit there for a minute
pause.
because it's really cold. It's really cold, so I was just letting it sit.
Pause.
Mm.
You said pause.
Yeah.
What is that? I heard Dame Dash kept saying that. I saw an interview that he was doing, and he kept saying pause. I was like, what the hell is he doing?
That's the no. You know how to be saying. You know, I used to say no homo. They start saying pause now because of the algorithm. You can't say that. H to the Izzo no more.
Why not?
So they start saying no. For a while, they were saying no Diddy.
Oh yeah, I still say no Diddy. No Diddy. You already know, no baby oil. Unless we gonna have a good night, I might bring some baby oil, but shit. Oh. Hey. Everybody had some baby oil back in the day. I don't care. No, none of y'all say.
I remember when that Diddy drunk first came out, man, everyone was like, nice try, Diddy. Like, that's all you saw everywhere. Nice try, Diddy. Every little thing, nice try, Diddy. It's like, dang.
Let me see if I can find something else that has something to do with expectations. Dating content probably has something to do with unrealistic. Oh, here go. I got a file that says unrealistic and realistic expectations. This is not struggle love. Women are bums too.
Yeah. First bum.
All right, so since that one had the provocative title, that's the one I'm gonna play.
Bring the bums out. Let me see what the bums are like.
Women are bums too. Let's see.
A lot of women are bums, and you have high standards with low quality in yourself. You want a man to have 6 figures. You want a man to take care of you, pay all your bills. You want a man to do this, that, and the third. Elevate your life. But you can't do that for yourself. So why is a man going to invest that into you when you don't even do that for yourself? If you don't show a man that you're worth that yourself, why is it that you feel obligated to meet somebody? And most times it's a stranger. You meet a stranger, if he ain't trying to pay your bills, you don't want to deal with him. That's insane.
It's a stranger.
But here's the flip side of that. Women are putting themselves in situations where they're dealing with less than for a nigga that's paying their bills.
No, most women feel like when they fuck a nigga, they can fuck some money out of a nigga too.
Prostitution. That's modern day prostitution. You want to mess with a nigga that got money and you think you calculate his pockets. Oh, he got money. That's his money. And then when you fuck him, you get mad because you don't get nothing. If we're going to be anything in 2024, let's be fucking for real. Because that's not.
It's sad.
That's not new though. It ain't got nothing to do with 2024, whatever it was. That's been the story.
It's been this way for thousands of years.
Yeah, that's been the story. They talk about 2024. Nah, that's how it been.
Me said that on the clip we played one time. It's like it's been that way for thousands of years.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like, dude, that's just what it is.
That's
Yep. So y'all ready to wrap it up, or y'all want to go deeper dive, or because we didn't kind of maxed out on on this expectations topic. I want to thank everybody that rocked with us through the whole live. You know, all 3 of y'all. I appreciate all 3 of y'all.
3 of them, bud.
All 3 of y'all. And
oh shit, we moving in the right direction.
Right. Might be. and like Meech was saying, we're gonna have to figure out a day during the week to come up with something to have a better program going forward. So everybody tell people where they can find you if you want people to find you. This is your plug moment. Plug yourself, plug your business.
You can find me here, and that's about it. I ain't nothing.
Yeah, I ain't there yet where I need people to find me yet.
Well, you can find me at healthywealthythinking.com. Just Healthy Wealthy Thinking, Facebook, IG, TikTok. What's the other one? Snapchat, Healthy Wealthy Thinking. That's where you can find me at.
Oh, you on all of them, huh?
Yep.
And y'all already know where you at. Just the Average Black Man Show. You can hold on. Wait. I think
Well, you got a comment?
Nah, somebody might pop up at the last minute and tell us we all wrong. The strongest woman personality.
Got woman popping in.
Go see.
You said the strongest woman personality. Who was that? Val?
I didn't say nothing, man.
Hey, Val got a strong personality, man. That ain't news.
I ain't say nothing. I ain't say nothing. I ain't say a word. The link. Let me see. I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna go on mute. Y'all talk so there's not a lot of air, just empty air.
Oh, hold on, let me mute because I think my ice cruncher may be loud.
No, I'm saying y'all have a conversation so there's not a lot of unalived air, deceased air.
Right, well, yeah. Put my Charleston White on. Yeah.
Putting your what? Oh, your Charleston.
Charleston White.
Well, I guess while we're waiting on him to do that, tell me more about the healthy, wealthy thinking.
So on the healthy way of thinking, pretty much what I do, I explain like how I transitioned from eating meat, going vegan for like 13 years, and then transitioning back to eating meat. But now the way I eat meat now is like the way I returned to eating meat was like when I went to Morocco and I seen how their meat looked there, and it was like, damn, I realized that the foods that we get in the United States, they're not here to help us. So it was like I got depressed when I was out there. 'Cause I was like, I'm coming back here to eat food that's not food. Because like there, I would get like the same type of food that they will sell us here, but the ingredients were completely different. So I started to really notice that. So I was like, man, when I go back, whatever I get, it's not gonna be any good. So I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna start adding meat back to my diet. But the way that I added it back was I'd get it either like from our Mediterranean store. So it would be like halal or kosher because of the process. Like what that process is, they completely drain out of all the blood out of the meat because we're not supposed to have any blood anyway from anything, right? So I incorporated that. I just incorporated different recipes that I've gotten from just traveling. And so like I'll show you like the different recipes. I'll give you like different tips about the different spices or herbs that help you, just naturally. And then what I also have this thing called tiny wins, which is pretty much like if you want to achieve a goal, you don't have to achieve the goal all at one time. You can just chip it off. So like every day you have to do something that I call a tiny win that's going towards that goal. So like currently right now I walk like 5 miles a day. And that's my tiny win for the day. And that's how I get my day started with that. And then I'm just continuously going. So
you say you jog 5 miles or you walk?
I walk. No, I ain't jogging nothing.
No, that's actually dope though. That's actually really dope.
Right, so we may get somebody up, but it ain't gonna be Val. Val says she can't come up. We may get Tammy.
No, that's actually dope though. Yeah, and it's crazy that's dope that you was able to get that experience and go out there and see real food. I've been hearing that for forever. I think even Jonelle mentioned that. But everyone that I know that has traveled overseas, and when they experience some of that food that they get in, like Europe and different places like that, where their regulations for food is much stricter, everyone says like, it's completely different. Like I know people that can't have gluten out here, but can eat, wheat or whatever to their heart's content when they go overseas. You know what I mean? So that just says they doing something to our food over here that's getting us sick. And in all honesty, I think it has something to do with, big corporations. Like they don't want us healthy. You know what I mean?
No, they don't.
They make more money when we not.
Yep.
It's a reason. It's a reason why we are the only country that has television commercials for medication.
Ari?
We are the only country that has television commercials for medications.
And we got tons of them. Tons of commercials.
Yeah.
For every but that's a topic for another day.
Have
Yeah,
you
definitely.
or anyone you've known taken? Don't take this shit. If they've taken, don't take this shit, and they have suffered from illness, death. You
Yeah.
may be you
Yeah,
may be
yeah.
entitled. You may be
Yeah.
entitled to reimbursement, like you did.
I ain't gonna reimburse the nigga that did. He already did. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll be watching shows
But
right now, and
you was vegan for
Yeah.
13 years? Damn.
Yep.
Did you start eating meat when you was over there or when you came back?
When I came back, it's like when I came back, I was like, bro, I'm not. It's like it was to the point where I'm like, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm eating healthy here.
Oh, so you was
'cause
vegan,
I remember him
but you
telling
noticed the
me,
vegetables and like the fruits and vegetables out here is different compared to when you was in Morocco.
Right. Like everything's
yeah,
different.
yeah,
Okay.
that's the part that I was just gonna say. I remember him telling me like, even our fruits and vegetables are processed. So literally everything we eat is processed.
Well, yeah, because I noticed that they make a lot of stuff like colorful, like really, really colorful in the
Yeah.
grocery stores. Like a lot of stuff that we've grown up here in the States and it's synonymous, right? Like it's really not like that in other places. Like I heard oranges are really green in a
Yeah,
lot of other places.
they
You know
are
what I
green in South. They come from South America. They're tropical fruit, and
mean?
they're green. And they something about the climate up here makes them turn orange-ish. And the USDA allows farmers to dye their oranges orange.
Which is crazy. I'm still trying to figure out which came first, the fruit or the color.
Right. I learned. Me and P went in it. We went hard because remember we started looking up when that Monsanto Act passed.
Yeah.
Because we were telling your pops, because your pops was like, yeah, we just grow food, we good. Like, well, where you gonna get the seeds from?
Monsanto.
Yeah. So because everything, all the fruits and vegetables we eat are GMO because of as much as they like to talk about food shortages and the farmers doing bad, they got places where they growing corn inside buildings. They got places where they didn't made the corn grow in the snow. And we eating that stuff.
Yep.
That's probably why corn don't digest.
Shit not real, man.
It's not real. Broccoli not real.
Just plastic.
Broccoli is man-made. It's a crossbreed.
Yeah, between cauliflower and what?
No, well, cauliflower and broccoli both are cabbage. They're cabbage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
Now,
when you grow it look the same. Brussels sprouts as well.
Yep.
I heard broccolini is the actual real one, and that's typically what I eat. So I eat broccolini. I haven't had regular broccoli in forever.
Yeah, but it don't look like.
Shit, I just made a broccoli salad.
Oh, you just made broccoli salad? Broccoli is good though. Yeah. So whoever created it, good kudos because it's good.
Well,
I mean,
corn was
thousands of years ago.
Yeah, it was It's a crossbreed. Yeah, it's a cross. It's not laboratory made like the stuff we got now.
Oh, so it's like cross pollinated with the bees.
With different stuff, right? Like they graft on a branch or something to this to that. Took an apple tree and branched it to an orange tree, and you got a orange apple, or apple orange, or orange, or whatever.
Man, my old house, I used to have. I swear I thought they was lemons, but they look like oranges, but they taste like lemons. And I was told that they're just sour oranges. Like that's what they're called, is sour oranges. But they look like oranges. Like when I picked it off the tree, I'm thinking I'm finna tear into an orange. The meat inside looked more yellowish, kind of like a lemon, but it didn't look like full like lemon, but it tasted full like lemon. I was confused as hell. I was like, dude, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, I just looked it up. Sour oranges. They look a little different too.
Yeah, it didn't look like a regular orange.
Moho.
But to me, it was an orange when you look at it. Like it looked like more like a yellowish orange color.
Right. Hold on real quick, Meats, because since since nobody coming up, let's go ahead and sign off so y'all can find P at Healthy Wealthy Thinking, and y'all can come back next Tuesday. Hopefully we be here back next Tuesday, and then gotta end up to the Average Black Man Show.
It's the Average Black Man Show, talking about everything you need to know. Sometimes things may get a little heated, but these conversations are needed to help the community heal and grow. It's the Average Black Man Show, talking about everything you need to know. Sometimes things may get a little heated, but these conversations are needed to help the community heal and grow.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel.